Professor, I don't think we need to add these two metrics to get the result. Instead, we can just do the row operation to the metric A, so we can then get the result free.
你知道吗，邓文怡，那个谁和那个谁成了。
是我想的那两个嗎？那個誰跟那個誰？
是的，就是你想的那兩個。
我哋呢度天黑晒啦，係啊，我哋呢邊天黑得好早嘅，特別係冬天啊。唔同你講啦，早啲休息啦，拜拜。
Hi, and as an international student, I frequently change the language to use for a specific context. In the morning, I have classes in English, and at lunch, I chat with my friends using Mandarin. At night, I call my mom using Cantonese, and English suddenly feels strange on my tongue. We do code switching every day. We code switch to different language for specific contents, but why? Why did this happen? Is this habit or something deeper about identity? Or your belonging?
I do think the most important reason for me to do code switching here is actually the comparison between finding the sense of belongings and adaptation to local environment. For example, because all of our lectures are taught in English, if we don't speak English with my classmates for discussions, of course I cannot fulfill the course requirement. But then for sense of belongings, as I said, I have a lot of Chinese friends, and it's just make me feel really comfortable and I can find myself at home when I'm speaking my native language with all of my friends, and will really make me happy.
Well, international students often switch to my non-native language, such as English, to meet academic demands and participate effectively in classroom communication. They may also use to integrate socially and align with the linguistic expectations of the host environment. In contrast, students switch back to their native language because it provides greater cognitive ease and emotional nuance. They rely on it when discussing personal topics or communicating with culturally shared content.
I would use English when I'm trying to listen to my professor and trying to understand the content being taught, and using English would help me learn better. And I would use Mandarin when I'm socializing with my friends to develop and feel a sense of belonging and identity.
For many international students, switching language is not just about showing off multilingual skills. It's a way to fit in. We change our words, tone, and even gestures to fit in different places. But when we are back with people who share our own language, we feel relaxed. We sound like home again. And switching language is how we move between two worlds, the world we come from and the one we're trying to be part of.
I would actually to talk about my experience here because I live in Austin, and there are a lot of Chinese restaurants over there, and sometimes I'll just step in and have a really good Chinese dish inside, and because the servers, the workers there are mostly Asian they have Asian faces, so it will actually give me the intention to deliberately speak with them using Chinese, and if they reply with Chinese, it will actually make me proud of my identity as a Chinese, and just make me really happy.
Yeah, so when I came to Boston University, I didn't know anybody, and when I was walking around, I would hear some people speaking Mandarin, and this really makes it really easy for me to approach them because we understand the same language. And I think understanding the same language really helps foster connections and relationships much easier. So yeah, this is what understanding and speaking Mandarin is what really allowed me to make a lot of friends here at BU.
Well, actually, I usually speak native language in Boston because I feel like it's really comfortable for me to say Chinese to my friends, and they can understand what I mean in a really quick way, so they can respond to me very directly. But when I say English, sometimes I cannot use the accurate words, so maybe some native speaker that I speak to cannot understand my meaning in a really quicker way. And actually, sometimes when I express my opinions in the class, I automatically do the code switch, like saying Chinese word, because sometimes I don't know how to translate that meaning into English, and sometimes I cannot figure out the exact English word that can describe my own feeling. So I think speaking my native language, that is Chinese, can really make me feel a sense of belonging and consolidate my identity.
I used to think that letting others know I can speak other language that is different from what they speak is embarrassed. But one day, I accidentally speak out a dialect word in front of my friends, and they all surprised and told me that they are proud of my multilingual ability. So I have never felt embarrassed about this ever. Instead, I began to take pride in my multilingual ability.